Digital media changes our ways of seeing by increasing visual monitoring of others. Since the beginning of the 21st century, online social networking has become more and more ingrained in our culture. Technological advances in portable computers, wireless internet connections, and smartphones have greatly contributed to the growth and accessibility of these websites. With the addition of MySpace in 2003, Facebook in 2004, and Twitter in 2006, social networking sites have become part of our daily lives. Belonging to one of these websites is a social norm.
Facebook alone has over 500 million active users, making it the most commonly used social networking site in the United States of America. One of the most distinguishing, widespread elements of social networking sites is the use of pictures to personalize profiles. Over 30 billion pictures are uploaded each month to Facebook alone. These pictures, whether profile pictures or just snapshots from last weekend, allow the user to individualize their profiles and create whatever representations of themselves they choose. The images enable the user to create a persona that can be viewed by other members of society. By carefully selecting the photos they are tagged in and which photos are posted to his or her profile, the user can directly control how other viewers view him. However, a question arises. Does this constant visual monitoring prevent viewers from forming an accurate perception of the person being viewed? Pictures uploaded onto profiles are there solely for others to observe. The purpose of these pictures is to provide basic information to the viewer, like what recent activities they've been involved in and what they look like. The observation of other people's pictures on their profiles is an alternative form of surveillance, called sousveillance. Surveillance is inverse surveillance, meaning peers have access to monitor each other. Friends no longer have to ask what they did this weekend because they can find the answer to this question simply by looking through their friends' pictures. Surveillance grants access to the intimate lives of others through every posted picture. As viewers survey the images, opinions begin to form and judgments of the users are made based solely on posted pictures. This can create problems because every photograph can be taken out of context and thus lead to misinterpretation and negative assumptions about the user's character. So then, a more pertinent question arises. How have these social networking websites, and specifically the pictures uploaded onto them, affect how we see ourselves and one another? The first way in which these technological advancements in social networking sites have affected our ways of seeing is through the increased development of personas. This mask or facade formed at the whim of the creator is entirely of their own design. This is achieved mainly through the use and manipulation of pictures.
Yeah, I am. I'll untag myself if I look really bad in one or if I don't want my mom to see it.
Not really. I don't pose nude too often, so I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, I'm a business major, so being careful of what you post is important.
I hope they do, because a lot of them I'm being really weird in, which I guess is sort of normal.
They just show my crazy side and who I am with my friends and my everyday life.
Well, the pictures are taken from basically my everyday life stuff, hanging out with friends and stuff like that, so pretty accurate activities, and they're not photoshopped or anything.
I think it's pretty important because it's the first thing people see when they're just scrolling down the page. Or if that's the first time they've seen your profile, then they'll connect that picture with your name when they actually see you.
It's pretty important. That's like the first thing somebody sees, so like I can automatically tell if someone's a douchebag or not by their profile picture. Like if they're shirtless, they're a douchebag, that kind of thing.
Through the total control of these images, one may create a view of exactly what they want others to see.
Sense of humor, character.
Just the people I hang out with, what I like to do, that I like to have fun, but not really party that much.
What I look like and that kind of stuff, and what kind of person I am, and things I like to do.
Just simply who I am, like my personality, and just that I'm a nice, caring person.
Although the marvels of this new technology provide unlimited amounts of information to viewers, it subsequently consists only of the image that the producer wants the viewer to see. We are then forced to ask ourselves, how real is the person that is discovered on the social networks of today? Just by looking at the selection of information found on profiles, it is nearly impossible to tell. With photo editing and the ability to choose which pictures of oneself appear, the possibilities are nearly endless. Anybody can conform to whatever image they want to give off and hide behind a persona that takes on a life entirely of its own. With a few simple clicks of a button, anybody can reinvent themselves instantly in plain view of the entire public. The ramifications of this are only beginning to become evident, however, as Facebook creeping and judging based on images come into play.
Because constant interaction with one another via the internet has changed our ways of seeing, we have invented new words to describe these social networking experiences. One example of this is creeping.
According to the popular site UrbanDictionary.com, creeping is the act in which one looks at a friend's or stranger's profile, pictures, and recent activity in order to obtain information about a person. Pictures are a quick and easy way for the viewer to learn about and form opinions in regard to a person's profile.
Character, personality.
Who they're friends with, what they like to do, try to tell what kind of person they are, if they're high maintenance, if they look good in every single picture.
In the age of a photo op culture, pictures are often taken specifically with social networking sites in mind and then posted the same day. Because of this, it is extremely easy to survey what your friends are doing at all times. But the results of this surveillance are not always positive. Some pictures may come off as negative or cause problems for the profile owner. For example, many employers now creep on possible employees' profiles before hiring them. If the employer finds images that jeopardize the person's integrity or professionalism, their future job could be on the line.
No.
Yes, there's been some interesting pictures.
As a joke, but not in a negative way.
No.
I'm not gonna go there.
Creeping is the easiest way to interpret their persona, especially through browsing their pictures. The person shown here is not our friend, but we can still gather information about the person by clicking around his profile. Things like his age, where he comes from and what school he attends, and contact information are all visible, but the fastest way to get to know a person is through their pictures. These pictures reveal intimate information about their lives, like who they are friends with, what hobbies they enjoy, some of their personality traits. By going through this film, we can see that he enjoys the outdoors, likes to hang out with friends, take funny pictures, has a girlfriend, and has a quirky personality. In this photo, a question is raised about his integrity. A photo like this can lead to assumptions about the person without knowing the context in which the picture was taken. Because so many of our social interactions are based online with images, what we see in a person's profile can alter the way we view them, digitally changing our ways of seeing.
We've all heard the saying, a picture says 1,000 words. With this in mind, it makes it much easier to see how pictures on a profile can provide lots of information about the user. These pictures, and more importantly the impressions they give off, allow others to judge and form opinions about a user solely based on their pictures. Or in other words, judge a Facebook by its cover.
I've probably been judged, and I definitely judged other people by looking at their pictures.
I've probably been judged because there's a lot of really bad ones of me on there, but I just don't really care. And I think everyone judges people a little bit based on their pictures. That's not gonna make me not want to be friends with them or anything, but
I think everyone has done that. That's just part of life.
depending on what they have, depending on what it shows them normally doing, you might, like if they always have their profile pictures of them holding beer and at a party, you're gonna think that that's what they do all the time, whether or not they do actually do that.
I mean, obviously, you can judge anyone by how they look, but it just just depends on what you think of them and if you know them or not.
I guess they don't really change a whole lot, to be honest. The profile pictures usually somewhat fit their personality anyway.
I guess I don't really care, but it makes me think that they're not on Facebook very much.
I don't really care. It's their profile, so whatever works.
I think that people should be more cautious about their profile pictures, I guess. They obviously don't want to make themselves look terrible all over Facebook.
The new digital way of seeing may well encourage us to completely skip the process of getting to know someone through conversation, because we can find out everything we'd ever want to know about them by browsing their pictures. The problem is that some pictures give off the wrong impressions, and these bad impressions can have a negative impact on the life of a user outside of social networking. As previously noted, companies and employers have now started scrutinizing the profiles of employees and potential applicants by creeping. They look to see if pictures posted conflict or harm the image the company expects their employees to uphold. A recent survey revealed that 45% of employers admitted to screening candidates or employees' profiles for pictures of distasteful behavior. Universities such as North Carolina State are now viewing applicants' pictures as well, looking for photographs of inappropriate conduct. The pictures posted on sites like Facebook are accessible to millions of users through the click of a button, providing companies and universities access to even the most intimate or embarrassing images posted. The digital way of seeing provided by social networking allows us to make judgments concerning a person and their lifestyle, based on the way we choose to view their picture. So while a picture does say 1,000 words, these words are decided by a person's perception of the picture. Since the user is not there to explain or defend themselves, the observer is left to form their own assumptions based solely upon what they see in the picture. Social networking sites have clearly changed the way we perceive our world and others in it. This change isn't necessarily bad in and of itself, but we must be aware of how social networking sites have changed human interactions. In a world where we are constantly on display, being aware of your own privacy and how you can ensure this privilege is a must. We need to be conscious of the fact that not every bit of information or every image found on the web is true. We can be certain of one thing, however. Social networking sites have certainly changed our way of seeing one another.